Yeah.
Did you being in New York City really help?
I think it helped for some reasons, and for others, I don't think it matters. I mean, some of the best coaching I got was, especially right when I was deciding to leave the city, to go to this compromise upstate New York town with my would become husband who wanted Northern Maine, and I wanted to stay in Harlem. And so we kind of compromised, but I was really terrified about losing connections and the proximity and all this stuff. And the best advice I got was, don't be afraid to get on a plane. I've always known that what I do in the music realm is digital. I was working from home and doing Zoom calls way before the pandemic made it cool. So I think I think the way it helped was it was really easy for me to get to gigs at the bitter end and the Canal Room and all the CBGBs and all the places that I was playing live when I was sort of testing out the band touring artist thing, which I did for a good 7 years, and to sort of get started there it was such a great community. In New York City, I think it would have made it a lot harder. I mean, I had a gig in Bitter End a couple months ago, and the train got canceled because of a snowstorm. So that never happened when I was keyboard, on my bike going from Harlem down the rain, snow. I was like a stork. It didn't matter what the weather was. So yeah, I think that made some things easier. But I think a lot of, especially if you're an artist wanting to be, I really don't think it matters. I think you need to go and meet people, and that you can do that over a conference or join a community or a mastermind or something. But I don't think you need to literally move your life. I mean, you've experienced so much success.
I've been very fortunate,
right? So
fortunately, the internet happened, and if it weren't for that, first of all, we wouldn't be able to do this. But secondly, living in a small town and trying to be successful in the music business, when I was given the advice, I think it was absolutely correct. And over time, it's become incorrect. I think we can be anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. It depends on when you were given that advice, for sure.
But along those lines, it's location is important. But they always say who you know. So I think if you're sitting in Freeville, New York, like I am right now, and I don't position myself to meet people like you, for example, then my likelihood of success goes way down. Do you think the who you know really matters?
I think, of those two things, location, and who you know, they're both reliant on external things, external people, places. I do think there's a third one, which is your own relationship to yourself, your beliefs on your own success, the crap getting.
Oh, hell
yeah.
Yeah.
To swear on this because I could definitely break on this. I think those are two big things, but I don't think that's it. And I think a lot of musicians put a lot of stock into either the location and or the who you know. And I mean, I used to go to gigs and be like, maybe this will be the one where there's a record label exec in the audience. Maybe this will be the one where I make it, and just being so disappointed after there wasn't someone that came up and was like, sign on the dotted line, ma'am. That is such a ridiculous reason to be upset with yourself, versus just really being dropped into your own passion and potential and work ethic and the personal stuff, right? So I've been trying in my career to sort of step away from that. All of these external things matter exclusively. Of course they do, and I'm not disagreeing with that, but I think that there's a lot of weight put on those things early on that take away from actually doing your own personal work and getting over your own stuff. So many musicians just want to be seen and heard, but they self-sabotage because they had something happen when they were 6 where they were seen and heard and it went really badly. Either there was actual trauma or abuse because they were seen and not quiet, or something, right? And then we don't heal that. And then we're wondering why we are not getting seen and heard by the fans we want. There's this battle internally that so few of us recognize, but I see it over and over. It's one of the reasons I became a coach to work with musicians. When I started to see this stuff for myself, I'm oh, no one's talking about this. This is powerful. And it's not just about who you know and where you live.